All tea is made from the leaves of the same plant, the Camellia sinensis. Though it all starts out the same, differences in the processing yield the three basic types of tea: green, oolong, and black. Various regions of the world specialize in each type. The finest greens most often come from Japan, Taiwan, and China, the best oolongs from Taiwan, and the most outstanding blacks are from China, India, and Sri Lanka. Camellia sinensis grows best in the tropical and subtropical regions of the world, and the finest specialty teas are grown at high elevations. Here at Bogawantalawa, Ceylon black tea is grown in gardens that are 5,600 feet or 1,700 meters above sea level. All the tea produced here is black tea, and the way it is harvested plays a crucial part in its final quality. New shoots are allowed to mature on the tea bushes only until they've formed 2 leaves and a bud. At this point, they are carefully picked. It is these fresh young leaves that give specialty tea its delicate and complex flavor.
The tea is harvested in Sri Lanka just by hand. It's called hand plucking. So plucking out the bud and the 2 leaves is definitely an art.
It takes skill and experience to know exactly when to pluck a shoot. At Bogawantalawa and most other estates, it's the women who do almost all of the picking. Experience has taught the estate that women are more capable of picking quickly while still choosing only the leaves that are ready. Because of the extremely consistent weather conditions in Sri Lanka, the tea harvest goes on year-round. Every plucker is responsible for a specific portion of the tea garden, and they will check each of their tea bushes every 6 to 7 days to pick any new shoots that are ready. When a shoot is picked, it will take about 80 days for 2 new leaves and a bud to form. The pluckers work 5.5 days a week and are paid for the amount of tea they pick. 2 or 3 times each day, they bring their harvest to a receiving area. When the leaves are weighed, the money due to each worker is carefully recorded in a ledger before they return to the fields. Although most of the world's specialty tea is plucked by hand, the methods for harvesting vary in different parts of the world. Some places, such as Japan, pick very high-quality leaves using machines that are designed to pluck only the top 2 leaves and a bud. The tea bush is actually a tree that can grow to be more than 30 feet high. The estate follows a strict regimen of care and maintenance to keep the bushes in perfect health for producing good tea. As the pluckers do their work, they're not only harvesting, but also removing extra leaves and shoots to ensure that the plants stay at the optimum height for picking. The sticks they use help them to keep the tops of the plants at the same level and to maintain the slope of the field. Many of the tea bushes on the estate are more than 80 years old, and each and every one is pruned every 4 to 5 years. Highly trained workers carefully cut the plants back, sometimes severely. This allows the plants to rejuvenate themselves and keep producing high-quality leaves. After the tea is picked and bagged, it's brought to the factory. Freshness is extremely important for making good tea, so the leaves must be completely processed within 24 hours of being picked. To get the job done, the factory runs all through the night and into the morning. When the tea comes into the factory, it's weighed and logged according to the field where it was picked. Each bag weighs around 22 pounds, or 10 kilograms, and in one day the factory will bring in about 35,000 pounds, or 16,000 kilograms, of tea leaves. When all these tea leaves are totally processed, they will make almost 9,000 pounds, or 4,000 kilograms, of black tea. After the weighing is complete, the tea goes on to the first step of the process, withering. To wither the leaves, the tea is spread out into long troughs that have screened bottoms. Fans below the screen blow warm air up through the trough, which causes the leaves to shrivel slightly. The purpose of withering is to reduce the moisture level in the leaves to a point where they become more flexible. There are no set times for how long the tea leaves should be withered. It's really more art than science. One way that the leaves are tested is to bunch them up in a ball and throw them up in the air. If they hold together when they land, they're ready. When the withering is complete, the tea leaves are gathered up and sent down a chute to an area where they're once again weighed and separated into 660-pound or 300-kilogram loads. This prepares the tea for rolling, the next step in the process. After it's weighed, the tea drops down another chute directly into the rollers. These machines are carefully calibrated so that they only twist and bruise the leaves without shredding them into pieces. The rolling process ruptures the cell walls of the leaves and releases enzymes that will play a vital part in the way the tea will taste. The rolling room is the nerve center of the tea factory. In addition to the rollers, this area contains a variety of machines that cut and sort the tea. When the lower quality leaves come out of the rollers, they are cut up for use in tea bags, but the high quality loose leaf tea never cut, so it goes directly into a sorting machine. This sorter separates the leaves by size. As a result of the machine's movement and the relative weight of the tea, the high quality whole leaves and large leaf particles exit out of the 3 spouts on the side of the machine. When the rolled tea has been fully sorted, it's laid out on platforms to oxidize. Oxidation is the most important step in the process. As the enzymes that were released by rolling the tea leaves are exposed to the air, they create compounds that will be the source of a lot of the tea's final flavor. As the tea oxidizes, its color changes from green to reddish brown, and it will get darker and darker as the process continues. The length and conditions of oxidation are very carefully tested and considered because these factors will determine so much of the tea's taste. Black teas, which are considered fully oxidized teas, often oxidize for many hours. After oxidation, the tea is immediately loaded into ovens where it's fired. Firing stops the oxidation process by drying the tea. Loose leaf tea are fired at a temperature of 140 degrees Fahrenheit or 60 degrees Celsius for about 15 minutes. Once the tea comes out of the oven, it goes to the sifting room where the final size and quality separations are made. The dry leaves go through a stalk extractor and rotary sorter. These 2 machines remove any unwanted parts of the tea plant and sift the tea by size to obtain the highest quality for each grade. When it comes out of the rotary sorter, the tea is ready to be packed and shipped. Passion and hard work at every stage, from plucking to rolling to sorting, takes a leaf in the field and makes it into dry tea leaves ready to be brewed in less than 1 day.
It is really important that the people who serve these teas are also very well aware of the enormous magnitude of work that is actually done, the extreme attention to detail.
The 3 basic types of tea are green, oolong, and black. The different characteristics of these teas are achieved in the processing. Oolong teas are made similarly to black teas, except that they are oxidized for a much shorter time. For this reason, they are referred to as semi-oxidized teas. Oolongs make a cup of tea that's lighter in color with a taste profile that combines aspects of both green and black teas. Green teas are not oxidized at all. Once the leaves are plucked, they are immediately steamed, which prevents oxidation from occurring. At that point, the leaves are rolled and then dried as they are for all other types of tea. Green teas are known as unoxidized teas and make a light green or yellow brew that retains the fresh flavor characteristics of the tea plant itself. Green, oolong, and black teas each offer a unique flavor experience. For all 3 varieties, the growing and processing determines how good the tea will be. People who love to drink tea may think only of its taste or its power to soothe and heal. But centuries of history, years of research, and countless hours of passionate work go into each and every cup.